Have you seen all these beautiful dimensional flowers but have limited time to create? If yes, I'm going to show you some flower shaping and coloring techniques that will be a time saver yet really elegant. We're going to use the water lily from the Winking Frog collection. Yes, I do believe frogs do wink. We'll add those little frogs to the card as we'll finish that up at the end, and then we'll finish with some amazing card samples that you'll be able to create for your friends. To create the flowers, I stamped the water lily florals and the lily pad multiple times, and those get cut out with the water lily die. So the quickest and easiest way that I've found is to stamp multiple images of your flower, and typically I fill in a complete 8.5 by 11 sheet. I stamp this in white ink and heat embossed it with aged ivory embossing powder. We have both of those on our website. But then to color these, since this is white and you can't see it quite as well, once you use your ink, I'm using Memento and chalk inks. The green is the pistachio. You'll see that aged ivory embossing powder just pop right up out of that paper. So this is an extremely quick way to add color, and I also find, especially if I have really small flowers like this, it's really nice if you have if you color it before you cut it out. Otherwise, you're kind of trying to balance it, and it's a little bit more difficult. So this is a lot quicker. You don't have to worry about going outside the edges. So the pink doesn't pop the stamped image up as much as like a darker color will. Let's go to the Prussian blue. That was a rouge ink that I just got finished using. But this is the Prussian blue, and you'll see that that gives you a really nice crisp image, and that image just pops right out of the background. So a very quick and easy way to add some color to your flowers, and these are ready to cut out, and then we'll shape them. To shape the water lily, there's different ways that you can shape it. So you see it here. This is a stem that I'll show how to do in a future video. But to shape this specific one, I like to keep the stamp side up, and I'm using a 4mm tip, and I'm just kind of starting in the center and just kind of curving or adding a little bit of a bend to the tip of each of these petals. That just kind of starts to give this flower a curved shape. And I'm using the curling tip, and I'm going back into the water lily and just kind of holding it and then wrapping that petal around the flower curling tip. That makes it you have a little bit more of a sharp, pointy flower, and gives you a very distinct water lily shape. So you can then go back and just press down in the center, and then you're ready to glue these 3 sizes together. There are 5 sizes in total. I like to cluster the 3 largest sizes together and then the 2 smallest sizes together. So you'll just glue those together. Actually, typically when I press down in the center, I like to use my stylus so that I don't accidentally squish the flower dimension down. Just kind of press that down, and then as you can see on this card, I backed it up with like a lily pad and added some frills to the center, and this is how the 2 smallest sizes look when you pair those together. To put this card together, I really wanted to kind of create the effect of a water lily in a pond, so I selected this as my card base. This is from the Water Lily paper collection, and then I cut 2 of the borders from the Regal Borders and Pockets die set. It was this piece right in here. So once you have that 3D'd, and I just sponged a little bit of the lavender around the edges, you have your flowers shaped along with the lily pad. You can go ahead and just add a little bit of glue to the background, and I just kind of place this in the center. And I really notice that that really offsets and accents the design of the die too. So you could just leave it like that with a little bit of leaves, or you can continue to kind of add these accent pieces, and then you have let's see, let's do this pink little flower over here on this side. And then I added some of the little frogs and little flower accents. Here is one more down kind of in this section. I added a part of a leaf in there to them. I won't add that right now, but we have this little froggy border, which is absolutely fun. You could use them together as a border, or if you wanted to, you can cut them apart. So I'll just kind of snip him apart and set him in there. Isn't that cute? Kind of has a little crown in it. This one looks like it's ready to jump. We'll add that one in on that design. So you can really just have a lot of fun and kind of add these froggies however you desire. So you could kind of just place them in there with glue. And then once you have all those placed, you can go back and add your prills, your glitter, a little bit of crystal lacquer on their eyes, and just have fun finishing assembling that card. So within the Winking Frog collection, we have the water lily die that has your lily pad, the florals, and the fiddling frog. So you'll see that on the back. And here you've got the water lily stamps as well. Here you'll see this card was created with those. And here's just another version of that flower, just completely done differently. On the fiddling frog stamp set, that has a main image in the background, and then just the frog gets die cut out. That has two really cute sayings in it. So I'll pull up some samples with that one. I absolutely love the different ways that one has been featured. It's absolutely endearing. You've got a little moon, the fireflies in the background. This one was actually just cut out from the paper collection, and then we added this image to the side, die cut it out in the center. Here's another version of that same card front panel. And then here's one where it was added into the pocket with the corners. All of these card samples will be online with written instructions, so if you want more detailed information on those, you'll want to check that out. This is the Flirting Frogs die, and this one coordinates with two stamp sets, so you can see the images on the background. So this die cuts out this outer flower and the inner frogs, and then the frogs under the mushroom. And then we also have this image gets cut out. So card samples made with this image. Here we've got this one with the little mushroom, the frogs. Isn't that cute? This is paired with the tree from the Sugar Hollow collection. Then we also have this flower cut out in the center. There's some flowers soft. Isn't that darling? Have I told you lately that I love you? Here is the froggy that's just taking a siesta on a lily pad. Here's the flowers in the background. Here's the paper with that little frog and the lily pad. And then here's another larger card if you wanted to do a more of an extravagant card with that. We also have the Leaping Frogs die set. This has the mushrooms in it. See that in the back. You've got the mushroom border and frog stamps. I love this saying, we don't have it all together, but together we have it all. So you'll see those images in the back. And then we also have the Froggy Hangout that says, let's hang out. You've got this little guy hanging on to a lily pad, and then the dragonfly, which is adorable. This little guy here, he's hanging on for his dear life to that little umbrella. Here we've got this image just kind of draped around with a dragonfly, which is quite simple there in the center. Let me see. Let's pull in this little mushroom. This will be featured on the blog with instructions as well. And then I want to pull in this card too. I really like how this kind of has all the mushrooms and little frogs jumping around. So there's a lot more samples on the blog that you'll see more detailed information on different ways that you can use these. But I wanted to pull up the paper collection as well. These are bright, vibrant colors that are absolutely beautiful to work with. So you can kind of see the different ways that we've added the frogs to these papers. And one thing I wanted to point out too is if you don't like coloring, there's a paper that has images that you can just cut out with the coordinating dies as well. I can't wait to have you try these techniques. I love to see what you create, and you can show your projects and share them with us on Facebook. If you'd like to see how to create the flower stem I showed you at the end of this video, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll feature how to do that in my next video. If you love any of the products that I shared, those links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you next time.